Good morning. It is now Wednesday, April the 6th, about 8:24 a.m. And this is my second day um, recording my morning feelings without my wife and two of my kids here. And what I mean by not here is just away from me for a little while. It's not. I have not lost them. Praise God for that. Speaking of which, Laura and I were my oldest daughter and I were at work last night, and as we got ready to work, at work we have a huddle, a little group meeting before we start, and we found out that one of our coworkers, who we found out had just had a child a little while before, had just lost his wife. There was complications, and she was in a lot of trouble, and she didn't make it. Yeah, so that really made work difficult last night because he's a really nice guy. He's one of the hourly managers that works there, not an assistant, but he's a really good guy, and I just can't imagine that. I mean, I've been through a lot with Nicole. Seen her in pain, multiple operations, multiple times where she's had to go to the ER, and I've been very angry and confused and frustrated, and thought, why is she such a good woman? Why is she going through this? Why is this happening to her and to us? And why do the kids have to see her like this? Why do she have to suffer? Why do I have to just sit by and not be able to do anything? But I can't imagine. I know I've heard of people losing their wives, the mother of their child, that way before, but I've never actually known anybody like that personally, that close. And our store manager told him not to come in and for a little bit, to take as much time as he needed, and because he wanted to come back to work almost right away because of monetary issues. He's an hourly manager, and his wife is gone, and he doesn't have the funds he needs to take care of him and the child. But our boss decided to do like an in-store fundraiser for him to try to give him some money to help, give him a buffer, to give him some time to breathe. And made me think about Nicole last night, and trying to work and think about how much I miss her already, and then thinking about that. It's just the times I've seen her in the hospital and the IVs, and because she's been through a lot. We've been through a lot as a family, and even when she, like I told yesterday's thoughts, I mentioned that she went through a lot trying to get my daughter there to see her fiance, and she was lifting things she shouldn't, and she's fighting a cold too. So, and she's also, doctors are watching her because they think that her body may be trying to develop blood cancer. And she has heart issues. So something like that makes you think. And I've said it before, but you really need to cherish those that are close to you, that love you back, that encourage you, that build you up, that hold you accountable. And I always regret the way that I've treated her in the past, and opportunities that I had to be a blessing and I was not. But thinking about that makes it even worse. And makes me think of the times when we've been through things together. Good times and bad times, rough times, easy times. And, it's just odd how easily life ends. And you don't know when yours will. I mean, if you eat healthy and exercise, yeah, you should have a decent lifespan, 70, 80 years. If you are careful with your driving, you don't drink and do drugs, you don't intentionally put yourself in danger. But there's all these ways that our lives can end, and it's not really our fault. We can get in an accident where someone else hits us. Can catch a disease from someone else on the street. All these things that happen, and you hear about people, plane crashes, accidents, and you just don't, you know, it never seems to be something that you think will happen to the person that you with or that you love or your family. But we all need to face the reality that it can be, and approach our lives and our family in that way, you know. Um, yeah. Well, I know it's kind of depressing. Didn't mean it to be, but just what was happening and what I was thinking about. And again, makes me just that much more long for her to get home. And it's only the second day. Oh yeah, Laura did have a driver's test yesterday, and unfortunately, 5 minutes in, she jumped a curb. So the less than pleasant driving instructor told her to pull over. They switched seats, and she drove her to the end of the test because she did not pass. So I rescheduled the test, and hopefully soon, you know, she will be among the licensed drivers because she's doing a good job driving. It's just I know I hit my curb on my first one, so my first test, and I've hit them since then. You know, and I've been driving for over half my life. So hopefully, just so she doesn't get discouraged, she just learns from it and uses an opportunity to say, you know what, I won't do that again. And we just find ways to make sure she can see the curbs. But that's it for today. Hopefully tomorrow will be more encouraging or lighthearted. Talk to you later.